During the Essenspiel 2024, Diluvium from Nuts Publishing quickly caught my eye. I played it, I tested it, and I like it very much. That is why I brought it from the fair. Today I would like to present it to you because I'm really thinking it's worth time taking. Enjoy! Hi guys, and welcome to another first look at material from my big haul which I get on the Essenspiel 2024. Today we'll talk about Diluvium. Diluvium, from the Latin the flood, so one of the natural disasters, was kind of an unplanned purchase for me. I can honestly say this. Not every game which I brought was actually well and very thoroughly researched before the first, but this is what happens. You get something very interesting and you simply try to buy it. So I familiarized with this game by Nuts Publishing during the first. I played it end to end, so I can really tell about a bit about it. And in today's material, which is first look, I will show you the components and tell you a bit about its mechanics. Remember, first look at materials are not pure unboxings when we only look at the components, or are not of how to play, materials where we will go thoroughly through the rules. They need to give a glimpse of a game, the feeling for the game, and simply, what is it about? One thing which I would like to say about Diluvium is do not get distracted or deceived by the beautiful look of this. Yeah, it looks like a colorful game, very nicely looking, probably some Euro game with some worker placement mechanics and victory points. Nope. How this game is being advertised, but this is a 4X game which you can play in an hour. Just a reminder, 4X games are the games which tells you about explore, expand, exploit, and exterminate. And the best examples of such games are, I don't know, Twilight Imperium, which I played 3 times, each time 9 hours. Here you have really the game which will take you 1 hour. And while the mechanics are not so complicated, thorough and detailed like in other huge 4X games, they are interesting enough to really warrant a purchase of this game, as you can see on my example. So what do we have? First of all, the box is not overly big and is very sturdy and very beautiful. Nuts Publishing, a French board game company, brings completely new, I would say, a level of the graphical representation of war games and games in general. So I really like what they do. You see the very sturdy box. It says 15 minutes per player. I believe this is more or less accurate. 1 to 4 players. There is a very good solo mode. I will show it to you in a moment. 10 years plus. I believe from the rules perspective, yes. From the winning perspective, in order to master them, it will take a bit longer. And as you can see, there are beautiful elements of this game. So let's look inside the box. What do we have here? First of all, I received 3 promo cards, so we'll tell you about them later on. Let's put them aside. We have a game tips, so a very short material which tells you how to play the game. Exploration, settlement, production, and engagement. So 4X, as I told you. A little about the solo mode. Yeah, just initial information. By the way, we will be playing as 4 factions. So we have Chinese, Egyptians, we have, I believe, Romans, and we have Aztecs. Then we have the rule books. The separate one is for the main game and the separate one is for the solo campaign. I always check how long is the rule book. In this case, 15 pages. So it's not long, but not overly short. It tells you about the setup for 2, 3, 4 players. This is a random setup. You have 0, 1 or level 0, level 1 or level 2 hexes, and you have more of them than you require usually for the game, so it is really very nicely randomized. Then you will have the, let's say, the chart which shows you all the actions, yeah. So you can see here 1, 2, 3, 4 actions, and they are exactly explore, settle, produce, or engage. Those 4 which you would expect. They are then explained. Let's not go through this. Produce, engage. Engage a monster. This is another engage. You can engage player. You can engage monsters. And then there are some ruin cards, and those 3 which I got are the cards with the promo pack, but there are a lot of cards which will be changing the game rules, so they will be enhancing the experience you have from this, so they are described here. Interestingly, you have symmetric variant where everybody has the same actions, and asymmetric variant will show you on the components in a moment, and separately solo mode. Solo mode is a wonderful journey through the 4 scenarios. There is 16 in total, but based on the outcomes of your scenarios, you will only follow the 4. I love that more and more companies are doing those solo campaigns, which depending on the result will have different paths to follow. A good example is Assault games. These are tactical combat games, but they have also similar approach to campaigns. So these are the additional solo components. This is like your, let's say, adversary with an action board. And you have Astrolab token and other stuff like this. These are the scenarios I mentioned. And the rules are first explained here. Interestingly, there are 10 pages of rules and over 20 of the scenarios. So the rulebook for solo game is bigger than for the regular game. Yeah, they are slightly different. And when you have scenarios, you have so the scenario has the setup explanation, how the game ends, how victory is being achieved, and they have very nice, as you can see, shapes. Yeah, so this is very nice. I'm definitely planning to play it. Sometimes you will be fighting with some pirates or with some tribes and so on. It's really a game within a game. So I'm really glad that we are getting something like this. And here will be the campaign log, where you can put scenarios, titles, bonuses, and difficulty. And you have the place for 4 campaigns, but of course you can print it from the publisher page. Here, very short summary of all the actions. You have similar for the multiplayer game. This is for the solo game. So here are the rulebooks. Now let's look at the further components. We have some baggies. We will not use them. Here we will have the action, let's say tokens, and for them we'll have those things. So there are 4 of them. Let me just show you what do. We get it from here, yeah, delicately. Okay. Let me do it, and then during the game you simply put it here. It fits nicely, and you will be showing which action you are taking. The main rule of taking the actions, you cannot take the same action you took in the past round, so you will be changing it between the rounds. And the actions which are presented here, very simple. There is the exploration action, this is the settlement action, this is production action, and this is the engage action. And on this side, on that side, you have all the action done in the. They are all the same. The only difference is, of course, the color of the player. Sorry, let me move it. So, we have 4 colors, but if you play on the other side, I believe, this will be different. Let me just check. This will be asymmetric, or this will be symmetric. No. So this is the asymmetric part. You can see, for example, the strength, the money, they are a bit different. Here the values are different. Here the values are different. Yeah, so they allow for some things that here the things which you are getting are different. Here you have, for example, 2 units. Here you have 3 units which you will need to settle before you unlock the bonus. So yeah, these are the unique and separate ways of playing. So these are the action tracks. So yeah, then we have the actual board pieces. They are beautiful. They are astonishingly beautiful. Love the Nuts Publishing. As I told you, yeah, this would be the starting ones, starting tiles. And then you have, this is level 2 tiles, and we have, yeah, only level 2 here. These are very powerful, usually a lot of points or settlement possibilities and big islands to explore. I believe there are also monsters, yeah, here. As I told you, this looks very, a huge monster, very nicely from the colors perspective, but don't be deceived. This can be a very let's say mean game sometimes when you are being attacked or attack other players. So these are the level 1s. They have slightly less bonuses, not so rich islands, and we should have also level 0. These are usually with 1-2 islands and definitely not so powerful like the others. So depending what you explore, you can get more rewards or maybe some monsters. And in order to explore, you also sometimes need to pay these resources, which are food in this case. Let's see what else do we have in the box. Now, what's this? I have suspicion of this will be the pieces. Oh yes, the pieces for the players. Okay, a lot of them. So here we have the maples for the armies, and I can show this to you guys. What's the level of attention to details by the Nuts Publishing Company. These are not, let's say, uniformal maples and everybody is the same. By no means. If you look at this, you will see that each and every is different. Evidently, these are Chinese. Yeah. Evidently, here we have Aztecs. I believe these are the Egyptians, and here we'll have Greeks, not Romans, sorry, Greeks, yeah. So they are beautiful, nice, and different. So really like that they went to such lengths and simply created the maples, which are differentiating the factions. Let me put them here. Okay, what's next in the box? Sorry. That's not everything. We have the adversary map for the solo play. Then we have the ruins cards. I told you about some which I got from the promo. So you have solo turn explanation, and this will be the cards which are being used during the multiplayer game. And then we have some additional things. So here are the containers in which you will be keeping the resources, the food, the weapons, and the jewelry. Here the markers with which you will be killing the monsters. Yeah, this is also the setup for each of every faction where they keep resources. You know how many resources the opponent has, but you don't know which resources they have, and that way you are not able to predict what will happen when you, for example, attack them. Some of those are also for the solo variant, and here we have also the gold. So this is the gold. So there is like, I believe, 6 sheets of tokens. I think my kids will have a lot of fun with just taking the stuff out of it. I'm sure of this. And that actually concludes our first look at material. That will be all. As you can see, tons of beautiful components. Pretty interesting gameplay, pretty short game, but on the other hand, pretty replayable. I love the solo campaigns. You have so many scenarios and you can go different paths. So I will be definitely using and checking this. So guys, that was all for today. We talk about Diluvium, the flute from the Nuts Publishing, a game by Anthony Julien. Really looking forward to play it. Kind of a spontaneous purchase at the Essen, but really looking forward to playing it. That's all for today. If you guys like this video and you're intrigued in the game, please give thumbs up. More materials will come. I will create also the gameplay. Why not using the solo scenario? Yeah, it could be done exactly that way. That's all for today. Thank you very much for being with me, and thank you very much for watching.